Hello, track athletes and parents. This is just an informational meeting for you so you know what to expect for the upcoming track meets, what to do, what to bring, different things like that. So we'll go through those things for you. And then if you do have additional questions, you can definitely always ask. But the expectation is to use Remind to know what's going on, know what events you are in, know the meet schedule, and then that way you are very prepared for the day and ready for your events. The night before the race, hydration. Hey, make sure you're drinking water. Make sure you eat a good meal. That way you have refueling for the next morning. Also, to check things. Check to make sure you have everything ready to go the next morning. Don't wait. Hey, lay everything out. You will need to wear your track shorts, your jersey, your shirt, and your sweats to school the next day. Hey, the expectation is we will not change when we get to Dodge City. You should already be in your gear, ready to warm up as a team as soon as we put stuff down and get off the bus. So make sure everything is just ready for that and you bring yourself ready to school like that. But make sure you have your racing shoes if those are different than your normal shoes. Okay? Also, make sure you bring extra clothes. So we never know what the weather's going to do. Okay? Bring clothes if it gets a little cold, if it gets a little wet. It's always just nice to have spare clothing just for that reason. And then also, too, students will be responsible to bring their own lunch, snack, and dinner potentially. We will not ever stop after a meet. So making sure they have plenty of water. They can bring Gatorade with that as well. We will supply some water, but they just need to make sure to have a water bottle to put that water in. And then food, snacks. I will talk about that more later. But they need to make sure to pack a lunch and have good, healthy things for them that will keep them fueled for the day of the races. Hey, make sure you get some good sleep. Go to bed a little earlier so you're ready for the next day ahead. Morning of the meet, biggest thing is be on time to school. Wear your gear, but don't be tardy. If you're tardy, I will not be able to take you to the meet. So it's very important you get here before the tardy bell rings. Sometimes we'll even leave before school starts. Dodge City, we are leaving at 8:30 a.m. So know when you're in first hour that you need to leave before first hour ends. Make sure you eat something. The worst thing you can do for yourself is try to start the day on an empty stomach. It's going to be important that you put some breakfast in you, have some foods, have some calories. That way you're not wearing down early in the day. Also, too, make sure you leave all valuables you don't want to lose at home. Yes, you can bring your cell phone. Yes, you can bring headphones, earbuds, things like that. You should not be wearing those when we're at the track meet, as far as walking around, listening to music, things like that. You should be in the moment, but you can have those for the bus if you feel like that's something you need. But once again, hey, there's a concession stand. Hey, you can bring money for that, but there's no need to bring excessive things to lose that are very valuable. So, packing your snacks, lunches, things like that. I always recommend 3 to 4 things: bananas, white bread, peanut butter, and fruit snacks. Those are really easy things to pack, really easy things to buy, real easy to put together. Okay, you can also use lunch meat for those sandwiches, but those are all simple things to digest and give you quick energy as far as going throughout the day, and something that won't really spoil if it's just in a bag or in your cooler. But you need to have a lunch. You need to have snacks. Those are just a few examples as far as going through yogurt sticks, things like that. Other fruit, dried fruit, trail mix are all good as well, just as long as you have some fuel throughout the day. And then you can also bring, like I said earlier, extra water, Gatorade, but make sure to bring enough food for the day. And I would stay away from the candies. Hey, I would stay away from the chips, Takis, Doritos, things like that, just because that's not going to sit well in your body. You're much better off with some fruit and granola, light on your stomach, things like that. At the meet. So track can be a very social event. It's fun in that way, and I want you to meet people. I want you to be able to socialize with others. But at the same time, too, we are there to compete, and it's important to remember that. If you're someone who's taking away from that concept or don't quite understand that concept, you might find yourself staying at home. Manager, same thing. You're there to work, not to just socialize. Hey, so make sure you are just in the moment as far as making sure you're where you need to be, ready to compete, warming up as needed, things like that. When at the meet, find your coaches for field events. Hey, if you are competing in those, they will set you up for that. Hey, also, if you're in other events, know if they're going on at the same time. It's very important to check those in. Like we said earlier, vertical field events will not wait for you. Pole vault and high jump take precedence over long jump and triple jump, shot and disc. Hey, you need to make sure you check into those other events if you are in those, and then go back to those vertical events to not miss your turn at that height. Okay? Also, understand warm up. We will warm up exactly the same as a team, just like we do on a daily basis in our sweats, no matter the weather. Okay? You also are expected to warm up before your events, so it's important to plan ahead and be ready by the time you step on the track. You should never step on the track cold. You should have a good warm up, be in a good sweat. Okay? That includes at least one lap of running, going through your plyos, doing some speed buildups, and then checking yourself in as far as getting to where you need to be. We will always help you with that as coaches, but just make sure you are doing that and ready for that. At the end of races as well, you need to walk at least 1 or 2 laps after your event to get your legs back under you. That's an important concept too. Don't just fall down and lay on the turf. Hey, keep moving, pick yourself up, walk backwards around the track. That way you can cheer on your other teammates as they're competing, as you are cooling down, getting ready, say, for your future events or anything like that. Race info. Things like, where do I check in at? Pay attention to that. There will be a place where you have to check in for your races. Where is the starting line? Where is the finish line? Okay. So sometimes that's in the same place. Sometimes if you're like a 200 meter, you'll be on the other side of the track starting. So it's just important to know where you need to be, where you need to check in at, things like that for your clothing. So I will issue you a jersey and shorts. You will get those on Monday. You can, if you want, wear black compression or tights for your shorts. You do not have to wear the team issued shorts. If you want to, they have to be black. Everything underneath has to be black as far as the black t-shirt, black compression, if you want to do that for the races. Now, I will say this, individually, that never matters what you're wearing. If you are in a relay and you are wearing tights for your shorts, everyone in your relay has to wear tights, or all of you can wear shorts. You have to match at the bottom. It does not matter what's under your jersey. It does not matter what's under your shorts. It just matters what's on the outside layer as far as matching. So be sure to kind of understand that. I will talk to you more about that on Monday. But if you want compressions, that is fine. If you want to wear spandex, that is fine. But you need to have your shorts just in case always. After your races, make sure you're not just sitting around. Okay, continue to cheer on your teammates. Go watch your teammates compete. Hey, we're not there, like I said earlier, just to socialize. We're there to compete, and then also to help your fellow teammates compete as far as cheering them on across the track. Your sweats and t-shirt should always end up in your bag when you take them off, or someplace you're not going to lose them. Make sure to keep track of your stuff. Don't just throw stuff down on the ground anywhere. Put it in a location it's not going to get lost. Put it in a location it can be found back easily. That would be best in your bag as far as putting it down somewhere, putting it in your bag, and then that way your bag's there and your sweats are there instead of just throwing it wherever as far as warming up. So make sure you put that stuff where you can find them, and that way it's easy access. More on relays a little bit. Okay, I will always have the batons for the relays. Each first runner is responsible to come get the baton from me, and the fourth runner, the anchor runner, is responsible to bring that baton back every single time. So that's how that will work, but I should always be able to hand that out and get that back from that relay team by the first runner and the fourth runner in that. So that's the expectation there. Okay? I will do splits for you as well as I can. That way you know your time in your split, and then you'll have your overall time for, of course, for your relay as well. As the meet nears end, you can go home with your parents. Okay, you should always check out with me, Coach Algram. No other coaches as far as leaving. I will send a link out that you can fill out through Remind to take your child home after. I do always encourage that. And if you're there, I just feel like that's an easy thing to do. And then if you want to take them out to eat after or get home quicker, that's always an option for you. The last few things as far as going through sunscreen. Hey, I can't encourage enough. We're going to be outside all day long, sometimes in the wind, but mostly in the heat, especially this last week. Hopefully that continues. But you need to wear sunscreen. Make sure to put it on multiple times throughout the day so you don't turn into a red tomato the next day. So that's just an important concept as far as taking care of yourself. Don't be laying out in the sun because that actually takes your energy, zaps your energy. Make sure you're sipping water throughout the day, especially before races, after races, to making sure you're staying hydrated all day. So that way, when you are asking your body to work really hard, you are ready to go in those moments. Other than that, if you do have questions, please let me know. I will gladly answer anything else. I'll try to send out as much information as I can on Remind and always be available through my cell phone as far as through Remind. So don't hesitate to ask. And other than that, I'm looking forward to a great season and finally getting started. Thank you.